Hello students, the fourth IoT application transport method is IoT application layer protocols. So why this IoT application layer protocols are used? So we will go through this topic. So whenever a large scale deployment is concerned, the data models may seem too heavy for IoT applications. So to address these types of problems, IoT industries are working on new lightweight protocols that are better suited to large number of constrained nodes and constrained networks. Okay, so here they have explained two popular protocols. They are COAP and MQTT. COAP is nothing but constrained application protocol, whereas MQTT is message queue telemetry transport. These are very important protocols. So this both protocols will be studied in detail. Okay, so we will go through these protocols. So these protocols, as you all can see here in the figure, on top of the stack you can see COAP and MQTT, which occupy the top of the IoT stack based on IEEE 802.15.4 mesh network. So sometimes COAP will be deployed over UDP and MQTT will be running over TCP. Okay, so this is how it looks like, and these both protocols occupy the top layer. So we will go through about constrained application protocol, that is COAP. So COAP defines simple and flexible ways to manipulate sensors and actuators for data or device management. So some of the standard specifications for COAP they have explained here: RFC 690, RFC 7252, 7641, 7959, 8075. So these are all some standard specification of COAP. Now let us see COAP message format and message fields. Okay, the first one is COAP message format. So COAP messaging modes is designed to facilitate the exchange of messages over UDP between the endpoints, and it also allows, includes DTCS, that is nothing but datagram transport layer security. As you all know, COP message format is simple and flexible. That's why this COP message format delivers low overhead while decreasing the parsing complexity. Parsing complexity is nothing but analysis. Okay, parsing, which lexical analysis, all that parsing thing, analysis thing. So that complexity will be reduced using this COAP message format. So as you all can see here in the figure, you all are having COAP message where it is composed of a short fixed length header field which is of 4 bytes. The top field that you have VER, T, TKL, all this. Okay, this is the short fixed length header field. So which is of 4 bytes. Then it has a variable length token field. Okay, and again it may range from 0 to 8 bytes, and it is the mandatory field. Then it has something called as optional field or options field, and it is not compulsory. If we require, you can keep it, that option fields. Then the last one is the payload. Okay, payload field. These are the 4 fields in the COAP message format. Now let us see what are the message fields in COAP. So here the first one is VER, that is version, which identifies the COAP version. Second is T, that is type. It defines one of the following 4 message types. The first one is confirmable, second is non-confirmable, third is acknowledgement, and the fourth one is RS, that is reset. Okay, these are the 4 message types. Then you have something called as TKL, that is nothing but token length. So it specifies the size of the token field, that will be between 0 to 8 bytes. Then you have code. So this indicates the request method for a request message and a response code for a response message, that is the code field. Okay, function of the code field. Next you have message ID. So message ID detects the message duplication. So it uses acknowledgement and reset message types to confirmable and non-confirmable messages. This is used for tracking. Okay, next you have token. Token is nothing but it is the length specified by TKL, that is token length. It correlates the requests and responses. Then you have options field. So here it specifies the option number, length, and option value. The last one is payload. So payload, it carries the COAP application data. Okay, this field again, it is optional, but when it is present, a single byte of all ones precedes the payload, and the purpose of this byte is to delineate the end of the options field and beginning of the payload. Okay, so this is about COAP message fields. Okay, thank you.